Okay, so I went ahead and routed everything. As you can see, everything's real clean. Routed all the way to the back, and we'll get back there in a second. Leads all the way over there. So yeah, now let me show you what you do when you're plugging everything in. Now I've already took the time and did it, but it's very simple. The blue wire that I routed, the little skinny one, and as you can see, it's held by this little tie zip thingy or whatever it's called. Blue wire on your deck is going to go, it's usually always, and you can look at your manual, it's going to say amplifier remote, and on this model it's a blue and white wire. Usually is always a blue and white wire for your amplifier remote, and you just hook those two wires together. This is the blue and white wire, don't forget the blue and white wire, and it's hooked up into the blue remote wire that's gonna go right to your amp. This is your amplifier remote. Just so when you're hooking it up, just look at your manual and it's going to say amplifier remote. So that's what you're going to look for, amplifier remote wire. You hook those two up. And of course the RCAs. The white, it's going to, on the back here, you really can't see. I can't really get a good angle. It's going to be, as you can see, there's the one, the gray one, you can kind of see it. Anyway, it's going to, back here has two red and white component terminals, and then you just hook the white one into white and the black into red. And on this model it says one is for F, that stands for front, and then these two that it's hooked into now is SW, so as subwoofer. So that's what's going to give it a sub power. And basically after that, you just hook everything back up. So I already routed it, so I can just pop it back into place. Real easy on the 40th floor because everything just pops right back in. That's basically it. And I'm not going to do this now, but I'm going to screw these in later. Just screw these two whole things back in. It's going to screw and it's going to be secure, but I'm not doing that now because you don't have to see that. Now to conclude this, John, last thing y'all do is just hook everything up, which is very simple. I'm going to use my flathead screwdriver. And first I'm going to do is I'm just going to hook up the RCAs. Get this. White is going to go into white. Black is going to go into red. Now those are hooked up. Now I have, you know what I'm saying, sound waves going through it, or electrical waves, whatever you want to call them. And now for the remote, this blue wire that's hooked up to the blue and white on the deck. You're gonna look down here to where it says, well, it would be blurry, but this one, it says remote 12 volts ground, and we're gonna hook it up to the small one. You see the small screw, that's gonna go for remote. So we just hook that in like that, and this one already came with the terminals. Hook that in like that. Just screw it into place. Make sure it's nice and tight. That's it for remote. Now 12 volt. It's a 12 volt. The red one is going to be a 12 volt, or positive. 12 volt stands for like the battery, because your battery holds a 12 volt charge, so it's going to say plus 12V. I know I'm trying to do this with one hand, so might be a little blurry. Sorry about that. It's just a fork terminal. So it's 12 volt. And last but not least, it's ground. Pop ground into place. And tighten that up. That's it. Well, there's one more thing, of course. I'll plug up the subwoofer, which I already have these 16 gauge wire already pre-cut and everything. Wire cutters are always a necessity, because wire cutters make every life a whole lot easier, which is already cut with wire cutters and to the terminals. Now note, terminals, since this sub already came with terminals, by the way, I only got this sub plus the box, $100 off Craigslist. Amazing. But if you could, try, if you're building your own box, try not using terminals. Try just like cutting two holes and using some sealant to seal it up, because these things actually sometimes, if they're not in there properly, can leak air, and your sub will lose its efficiency. I can't even talk. But yeah, so if you can avoid using these things at most costs. Now, this is professional. This was a professional made box, so I mean, it came with the terminal, so they're pretty. If you're doing it yourself, I wouldn't advise doing it. Or if you're doing a vented box like this one, you can just route the wire right in there. It might not look as good though, but anyway. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna hook the positive and negative to the from the sub to the amp. And while doing this, you want to do, because this is the 2-channel amplifier, so it's going to be positive, negative, negative. And saying that since it's 2-channel, you want to bridge, you want to get all the power out of the 2 channels. So basically what that means is we're going to bridge the power or whatnot. I'm not really sure what to call it. Anyway, so it's gonna say down here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you can see that line, it's kind of blurry. That line that goes right there, it's a BLT. So this is our negative, this is our positive, and that's what we're gonna be hooking up, just like that, negative and positive. If you're only doing if you're only doing a 1 channel. See, this is you can't even read it. 1 channel. 1000 watts. So that's what we're going to be bridging. So I'm going to do that right now because I need both of my hands to do this. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, everything's routed. Like I said, this is my positive. You can't really tell, but this is the positive. So it has a little positive strip on there, but this is my positive, and this is hooked to positive. We skipped when we bridged it. We skipped to negative, and that's going to give us all the power out this amp as opposed to half the power. So we give all the power. And that's basically it. I went ahead and at the last thing you have to do is just reinstall your negative terminal on your battery and your engine. And it's basically, I went ahead and did that. I was going to show you, but I don't think you really need to see how to do that because it's baby stuff. It's kindergarten stuff. So now I just flop my seat back and I'm gonna crank the tunes real quick. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna hear that sound. Okay, let me get this. My seat's back. Now it's a sub and everything's kind of hidden away. See one wire from. I'm going to turn it on real quick. See if it works. So I'm just going to leave the camera right there for a second. No, you know what? I'm going to take it actually. Move this box out the way. Sorry folks, you gotta bear with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm only using one hand, so yeah. See if I got my TI CD inside there, so you can bump that real quick. See how it sounds, plug it up, make sure everything works. I can't really bump it too loud because the neighbors are like, that's not loud. I can't really bump it too loud because the neighbors start bugging. Yep, and it's definitely on. I can hear it. Let me see if I got a CD in there. I got a CD in there. It's the tip CD. I can't really blast it because, like I said, the neighbors are bugging. But believe it or not, that 340 watt.